In our last conversation, we learned together how to reach inner silence. For some of you, this experience was like a long-awaited breath of fresh air. Some of you were able to find that silence for only a brief moment, and others perhaps faced even greater resistance from a mind accustomed to being the master of the house. Before we take the next step, I want to say something very important. On this path, there is no competition. There are no star pupils, and no one is falling behind. There are only different souls with different experiences, walking at their own unique rhythm. If you don't succeed on the first try, it doesn't mean you are incapable. It only means that your seed is that of a mighty oak, not a wildflower. It needs more time to gather strength in the dark, quiet earth before breaking through to the sun. Do not rush yourself. Do not compare. Simply continue to gently care for your inner soil. The sprout will appear precisely when it is ready. And now, let's take a walk through the quietest, saddest place in the world, one that each of us owns: the graveyard of New Year's resolutions. Look, here they are, these dusty tombstones of unfulfilled dreams. Here is a nearly new gym membership. Here, a foreign language textbook, open to the 3rd page. Here, an expensive planner with a proud inscription, "My New Life," on its cover. Remember that vibrant, ringing energy of January 1st. This year, I will definitely. You are full of determination. You believe. But a week passes, then a month, and your fervent wish silently withers from exhaustion and self-sabotage. Why does this happen? Because between a vague "I want" and the ability to create reality lies a chasm. And the name of this chasm is internal conflict. Our ordinary wish is a dim light bulb in a dark room. It shines in all directions at once, scattering its energy. I want to start my project, but I'm afraid of being judged. I want to be healthy, but I'm not ready to give up my old habits. I want more money, but I'm afraid of the responsibility that comes with it. Dozens of internal buts, fears, and doubts are the cracks in the glass of our light bulb, through which its light escapes. It shines, but it gives no warmth. It only dimly illuminates the walls of your prison, the outlines of your old map. Impeccable intent is a laser. It is the same energy, but gathered into a single, pure, focused beam. In it, there is no internal conflict, no buts, no fear. There is only a calm, crystal clarity, and the knowing of the final result. Such a beam doesn't just illuminate a wall, it burns a door right through it. There once was a woman. All her life, she loved to sing. But in her childhood, an adult told her she had no ear and no voice. And that phrase became the lock on her map. She grew up, became successful. Everything in her life was fine. But she didn't sing, not even in the shower. She was ashamed of her own voice, even in front of herself. And then one day, after a long and difficult day, she was driving in her car, and a song from her youth came on the radio. The very one she first fell in love to. And forgetting everything, she suddenly began to softly sing along, and she heard her own voice. Imperfect, trembling, but alive. In that moment, something inside her clicked. She pulled the car over to the side of the road. Tears streamed down her cheeks, and she made a decision. Not to try taking voice lessons, not to look up tutorials online. She made a quiet, absolute decision, not for anyone else, but for herself. I am taking my voice back. In that instant, all the buts vanished. The fear of being heard vanished. The shame of imperfection vanished. All that remained was a calm, clear beam. And a miracle happened. The next day, for the first time in 20 years, she sang in her apartment, loudly, happily, for herself. She wasn't fighting her fear. She was simply doing what she had already decided to do. That is impeccability. You see? Impeccability isn't about force and tension. It's about silence. It's about that moment when all the inner voices that said, "You can't. It's stupid. What will people think?" simply fall silent. And in that silence, for the first time, a single calm and clear voice can be heard. The voice of your soul. The 4 steps we will talk about are not a battle plan. They are a way to tune your receiver, to better hear that specific voice. To turn your light bulb into a laser, you need calibration. Here are 4 steps, 4 adjustments for your inner world. First, find the silence. Don't try to fire a laser in the middle of a noisy station in your head. First, return to the practices from our last conversation. Calm your mind. Find at least a minute of silence. This is the preparation of the launch pad. Second, state your goal as a living reality. Your subconscious mind doesn't understand future tense. For it, there is only now. Therefore, it's not, "I want to find a new job." It is, "I am working at a job that brings me joy and abundance." Say it in your mind. Feel how these words resonate. The statement must be positive and in the present tense. Third, embody the result. And now, the magic. Close your eyes and for 30 seconds, imagine it has already happened. But don't think, feel. What do you feel in your body? A warmth in your chest? A lightness in your shoulders? The trace of a smile on your lips? Breathe that feeling in. Let it fill you. You are charging your thought form with this emotion. This is the energy for your laser. Fourth, release it. And now, the most important part. Let it go. You have calibrated the laser and pressed the launch button. Your work is done. Trust. There's no need to check every minute to see if the beam is still flying. It's like launching a paper kite into the sky. You've done everything you could. You've caught the wind. And now, you simply watch its flight with trust and a gentle smile. Impeccable intent is not about willpower or struggle. It is about the purity of the signal, about inner harmony. When your inner world stops arguing with itself, the outer world hears your command clearly and responds to it. You have made your move in this great game. You have launched your kite into the sky. And now, you become the observer. You watch with curiosity and trust as the universe makes its own move in response, a move that is always precise. But the art of this pure, trusting observation, we will talk about that next time.